Hi, Eric. Today we are talking about something less like a tool, but more like a partner. So we are talking about CoPaw. So first, let's introduce yourself.
My name is Eric. So I'm a research scientist at Tongyi Lab, and I'm also a developer for CoPaw and also help managing the open source community and open development.
So talking about CoPaw, in my opinion, the name is cool. So what's the backstory of CoPaw?
Yeah, so CoPaw came from Agent Scope. So we have been building agents since it was cool. And Agent Scope is an agent framework, and it has a diverse set of model provider, multi-agent orchestration, as well as built-in memory module.
Cool.
So it also has a sandbox runtime so that you can run your agent securely. But agent scopes are the building blocks, right? So if a developer wants to build an agent application, they still need to write Python code and to build their own application. So what we have been thinking is, what we really want is to build something that's out of box, right? Something that you can open it and then you can use it right away. In the end, we also want a digital AI assistant, right? So that seemed to be what a lot of our users are trying to build. And so the digital AI assistant that we're looking for is someone that can learn from you and work with you and also gets better with you, right? We also want the assistant to give you a warm and cozy feeling. So that's why the name is called CoPaw.
CoPaw, I see.
Yes. So CoPaw is built using Agent Scope as the foundation building blocks. And we are able to build it very quickly with about a week and a half. So we finished the first version and released it to the community. And people loved it.
That's fascinating. So to our listeners, they need to see it to believe it. So show me the demo.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, let's start with, before I show the demo, I want to show you how you can download and install CoPaw.
Cool.
Right? So if you go to the homepage, our homepage is copaw.agentscope.io. And you can quickly find a quick start guide. So you can different options you can use to install CoPaw. So you can install with Python packages. You can also install with one-line command, with a Docker or with the cloud-hosted version on a cloud provider, or a beta version that's going to make it super easy for people who don't know how to use terminals. So you can just quickly install from the installation package. So in this demo, I'm going to show you how to install from one-click, one-line command. So I copied the installation command. So it's going to run the installation script to set up CoPaw for you. Right.
Wow.
So it has finished installing. So first step is to initialize. So they initialize the features that we're going to use. Things like model providers, things like how many time it's going to check and heartbeat, or it's also going to set up your language preferences, that kind of thing. So to make it simple, I'm just going to use defaults, right? So the default setting.
It seems it takes a while to set up, right?
Yeah, it's compiling some of the modules. It try to build the Python libraries.
I see.
Yeah. Okay, so this is whether you want to show details of tool call results. Yes, let's use the English version. Configure the channel. We don't need to configure the channel for now. Okay. All the skills, no environment variables. You don't need to rewrite. Okay.
So we can start CoPaw now?
Yes, I can start it again.
Great.
So you run CoPaw app to start the CoPaw, which is actually a server running in your local machine. Okay, so now the CoPaw is running.
Wow.
And, right, okay, so we started from fresh. And when you start CoPaw, the first thing you want to do is set up your preferences and your profile. So the CoPaw is different from other kind of agents that you use. It automatically would run commands to, for example, read and write files. So what happened right now is it's going to ask you a set of questions. So set up your preferences and set up its own personality. So first of all, it asks me, what should you call me? I would like to call you CoPaw. Yeah, let's keep it simple. And what kind of creature I am? You are a helpful
Assistant?
digital assistant, right? And you have a warm and helpful vibe, okay? And yes, and what's my name? My name is Eric. Call me Eric, please. The time zone is important because it helps us to set up heartbeats and allow us
see.
to run tasks automatically, periodically, right? So what time zone? I live in Beijing time zone. Okay. So the CoPaw automatically set up its own preference documents. It knows a little bit about me right now, and it is going to create its own guiding document
I see.
called soul.md. Okay. All right. So before we go further, do you have any more questions about CoPaw?
Yeah, I thought in the demo you mentioned the cron task.
Right.
Could you show me how
Oh,
it
yeah.
works?
Right. So for cron task, the idea is that you want to you want to ask CoPaw to do work for you, but not right away. So maybe sometime in the future on a schedule, right? So you can also think about it as like a scheduled task.
Yeah.
So we don't have to continue on this chat. We can set up a new chat and create a cron task or scheduled task. So right now, I'm really interested in the interest rate, right? The interest rate set by the Federal Reserve in the U.S. And it affects a lot of investments, and it also affects the price of things. So I want to know the interest rate every morning. What is the latest news about interest rate, and what is the potential movements? So what I can do is I can ask CoPaw, can you check the interest rate set by the U.S. Federal Reserve every morning, as well as the latest news about its movement. Send me a summary at 8 a.m. Okay?
CoPaw is reading and
Yeah, it's using a thinking model,
I see.
right? So it's asking me what messages, what a channel do I want to receive. I'll just in the console for now because I haven't set up the channels. Just in the console, please. Okay. All right. So I've got the cron job set up,
Cool.
and then we can take a look at it.
Oh, we can also
Yeah.
see what I set up in the console.
Yeah, so this is the cron job, and we can execute now, or we can disable it, we can delete it.
I see.
Yeah, so you can set up many of such cron job. So the CoPaw is not just working after your command, it can also work on its own.
I see.
Yeah.
When I say the demo, a natural question comes to my mind. So what's the difference between OpenClaw and CoPaw?
Right, that's a really good question. I bet a lot of people want to know the answer. So, first thing is pretty obvious. So CoPaw is built on top of Agent Scope. Agent Scope is a production-ready agent framework, and it also has a very stable set of features. So Agent Scope is written in Python. So CoPaw is a Python project. So that differentiate between from OpenClaw, which is TypeScript. So if you're a Python developer and you want to contribute to CoPaw, that's good news for you.
Really?
And I think the second one is that CoPaw has a built-in memory module called README. And README is under a lot of research and development. So we believe that README will give you a better memory out of box instead of something that you will have to configure yourself in OpenClaw. And then the third one is, CoPaw right now is a smaller community. OpenClaw is a much bigger one, but we also move very fast. And one of the benefit of joining CoPaw is, if you want to contribute to the open source project, there's a lot more room for you to improve CoPaw right now. The other thing is, because the community size, so your voice will be heard by us, and we can work together.
That's a good news.
Yeah.
So as a developer who are interested in contributing and evolving the CoPaw, so I think in my opinion, the first thing I need to know is CoPaw's roadmap.
Right. Yes. Let's take a look at the roadmap on our website. Okay. So we have a lot of features that we want to add to CoPaw. In terms of a contribution, we really appreciate contributing to the set of areas. So first one is horizontal expansion. So we want to add more type of channels, skills, and as well as model providers. So this allows us to expand the possible things that CoPaw can do. And the second one is, if you use CoPaw and you identify issues or bugs or gaps in documentations, you're more than welcome to help us point them out, or you can submit a PR to address them. And third one is we also looking at, which is a very important area at this point, which is how to build a local model. So CoPaw so far is working mostly on cloud-hosted models. But we believe that to be a trustworthy AI assistant, it needs to have access to your data. So you are less likely to give your own personal data on your laptop to a cloud model than if you were to give a local model, which never leaves or send data outside. So that's why we're also training small models that can run locally on your laptop. And this model will allow you to use CoPaw and its set of basic native skills without accessing remote models or sending your data away. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good news for us to save token, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah. So if you have a good computer, you don't have to pay for a coding plan.
Great news. So I have another question about the roadmap. How about safety? A lot of people have concern about using CoPaw regarding the AI safety.
Right.
So what's a roadmap towards safety?
Yes, so safety, we consider it very seriously. And so there are a couple of things that we're working on to address this. So first thing we already finished, it's called ToolGuard. So we can take a look at it in CoPaw right now. So if you go to security, right, and then you can configure the ToolGuard. So the ToolGuard, what it does is, so it already has a set of built-in tools. ToolGuard, what it does is that when you run a command, and the command can be potentially dangerous, or maybe something that try to access a directory that you don't want it to access, or it try to execute a type of command like remove or delete, that you don't want that to happen automatically, right? So for those kind of command, CoPaw, right now, the ToolGuard will stop CoPaw from executing that command and pause it and send an approval request to you.
I see.
So unless you approve it, it will just stay there until you approve it or reject it, that command. So that give you a peace of mind, right? It's not going to delete your files. It only tell you, and you have to say yes to it. So that's explicit approval. The second thing that we're working on is sandbox execution. The sandbox execution is already native to, is already part of the agent scope library. And we're going to surface it to CoPaw, which allows you to run your tools in a secure containerized environment.
Cool.
Right? So that's the second one. And the third one is we know that a lot of people want to use their custom skills that they download from the internet. But skills are like mini programs. So before you can you run that skill, you need to make sure the skill is secure. It's not trying to leak your data.
That's important.
Right. So we are going to build a skill scanner. So to scan the skill that you try to import to make sure that the skill is not malicious or try to not very well configured.
Great news. So I have another question towards multi-agent. Will CoPaw step forward to multi-agent? Currently CoPaw is single agent. Right. So what's the plan about the multi-agent?
Right. So for multi-agent gives a lot more capability to CoPaw. So number one, the first step is to add isolated workspaces so that we can enable multi-agent to run smoothly, right? To not interrupt each other by modifying each other's files. So we'll add multi-agent feature by allow independent workspaces for each of the agent. The second step is to introduce multi-agent orchestration. So that also relates to the small model that we try to build. For the small model, it's not going to have the same level of capability as a cloud-hosted model. So for some of the tasks, we will let the small model to delegate to a cloud-hosted model because those tasks are much more complex. While of course the small model will be learning how to destandardize your personal data that you don't want to reveal to the cloud model. So that's the multi-agent orchestration. And that would enable us to handle much more complex scenarios.
Great. The last question. CoPaw's community is growing. So for our listeners who are not the core AI engineers, they might be like writers, testers, or translators, or they're just casual users. How can the broader community can get involved and contribute to CoPaw?
Oh yeah, so we welcome everybody. If you're not a programmer or you're not really tech savvy, the one thing that we really hope for you to do is to use it. And if you encounter issues or bugs, just report it. And you can, if you don't know how to use GitHub, you can say it in Discord. Join our Discord channel. The second thing is if you have some really cool scenarios that you have successfully used CoPaw for, please let us know. Don't just keep it secret. You're more than welcome to post your demo videos or just talk about it on social media. And you can share with us, look at our website for our social media handles. Yeah, you're more than welcome to tell us your cool ideas that you think CoPaw should evolve into. Yeah, so it's an open source project. So we welcome everybody's ideas, and then we will work with everyone to help make CoPaw even better.
Thanks, Eric, for sharing CoPaw with us. In the following, we will bring more use case from CoPaw team and the community. So follow us and stay tuned.